everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Afton and I'm Monty's tarot child, and here on my channel I provide in-depth pick a card readings like the one that we have here today. So today we're going to be looking at a message from Venus. We are going to be looking at in what areas of our life can we invite more love in, and how we can invite this love into our lives. It can be more so in our spiritual practice for some, more so in our relationships for others. It will be different for everyone, which is why we have 4 piles here today. So I would like for you to take a moment to pause and meditate on which pile holds the message for you, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Before we get right into it, I am going to roll this astro die 3 times just to see what your astrological sign may be or what may be heavy within your natal chart. Of course, I am working with the rose quartz dice as it is one of my favorite crystals. And I'm sorry if you can hear all of the construction in the background. Of course, they started as soon as I recorded. So we're gonna actually just move past it. I wanted to mention that the rose quartz is very good for things like self-love, wanting to manifest more love in your life, and also having a different kind of self-love in regards to your spiritual practice as well. So before we get into anything else, let's look and see what astrological signs we have here. So we have Pisces. You could be a Pisces or have this heavily within your natal chart. We also have Capricorn. So this could also be some heavy energy that is within your natal chart, or you could just be a Capricorn sun. And we also have Aries. Okay, so you could be an Aries, or again, have it heavily within your natal chart. Pisces, Capricorn, and Aries. Welcome everyone. So I do want to just start off with the card that you intuitively picked for your Venus. We have give and receive love, find value and see beauty. So a message from Venus that is coming to you right now is in regards to how you give and receive love. So this could be something that you are heavily interested in adapting, changing. It could be depending on how much you give and how you have a hard time in receiving, or it could be how much you like receiving and you want to be more generous with your love. You want to be able to express yourself in a better, more compassionate kind of way towards others. You really want others to feel your love for them and to feel joy and comfort around you. So this could be some definitely some things that you are looking more into, and just finding more value in your relationships as a whole, seeing beauty around you as a whole. I'm not sure why this is coming up, but enjoying art as well. This is a watercolor background, so getting in tune with the arts, as that's also something that Venus is really known for. And depending on the placement of Venus in your natal chart, you could have a very specific way of how you enjoy art, enjoy viewing art, as well as what's coming up for me. How you see beauty in things that may be more so unconventional as well. So I'm gonna get right into your reading. Let's see, what do I want to start off with? We're gonna start off with some things that Venus has to tell you in the oracle. That's what we're gonna start off with. So we have flexibility. Okay, this is a beautiful card. I think this is my first time seeing it within this deck. And we also have adventures. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So Venus is calling you to call upon your own adventurous side. The Aries energy that popped up, where you want to act on certain ideals and certain things that you want to be a part of, but there is a level of flexibility that is going to be asked of you as well. Venus wants you to check into how flexible you are. Do you go with the flow as much as you'd like to? Do you feel as if you hesitate when it comes to going with the flow, where you feel a bit of resistance? We also had the Capricorn energy, so maybe a bit of resistance to the flow, a bit of too much groundedness in one way of thinking or one way of being. So this could definitely be something that is evolving and shifting for you, is your way of being more flexible to love, being more open to that vulnerable part of you. It is 10-10 as I am saying this, so I feel as if this holds a lot of truth for you, pile number one, where you have really wanted to be more adventurous. You wanted to pick up and go a lot of the times, and for whatever reason, whether it just didn't feel practical to you, it wasn't encouraged in your, in your previous environments, something wasn't taught to you, you weren't able to feel comfortable in order to be this adventurous side. And I think that's also a bit of the energy that I was picking up around your relationships as well, is that you want to feed this to your relationships as well, like the people closest to you. You want to feed them courage. You want to feed them that they can do almost anything. And I feel like that must first stem from yourself. You must first feel your own adventurous spirit and encourage other people to follow theirs as well. But this will require you to be more flexible than you have been in the past. This is not to say that you are not flexible now, that you aren't chill, or that you have a hard time going with the flow. It's just that this is not your prominent energy. You have more ease with being stable, with being settled, with being still and in one place, I feel like. But with his adventures here, even if you are not the most mobile at the moment, you can still seek and experience adventures in many different ways. I think also having a flexibility of mind in regards to that as well, is that adventures don't just exist beyond four walls. Like, you can find adventures within yourself, within your own spirit, of remembering things from the past and experiencing them completely different while being settled and sitting at home. But it will be different for everyone. Let's look and see what chakra is being highlighted for you at this current moment. We have the second chakra, or the sacral chakra. This is your creative manifestation at play here. And you have, or this says, I have the ability to manifest and create positive outcomes in my life. It is a time for me to manifest what I need. I ask myself, what do I need? I am optimistic and creative in carrying out all the tasks that come my way, even seemingly mundane ones. And I maintain a positive attitude in all I do. I'm open to receive, and I am deserving. So receiving is huge for you. And just as we mentioned earlier, this is something that is definitely being highlighted within your sacral chakra, is your ability to receive. I feel like at this current moment, you are working on your optimism. You are building your optimistic possibilities in order to manifest. There may be something that you are very set on manifesting, and this flexibility is asking you, and Venus is asking you, be flexible in how you receive it. Allow it to come to you. And as you are being flexible, just allow these small adventures to come in and out of your life. Different small, like little wonders floating in and out of your life. Many like magical happenings where you're like, oh, well, if I would have never turned down this road, I would have never stopped at this garage sale or this tag sale and found this item and connected with this person. And it's all magical things that are happening for you at this moment, and to allow them to happen in their own divine way. I think you are going to be feeling a spark of creativity, a spark within your creativity, and opening up to wanting to create. Venus also helps us with that. Venus is not just about productivity or reproduction, like the reproductive organs that we hold as humans, but also to produce something in the physical that is not of human form, is to be able to create, to be an artist, to be an artist, and then to have art as the product of it. The art is the child. It is the product of what has become from you and spirit in this exchange of energy. I don't know why that is coming up so strongly for you, part one, but I feel like a lot of you could definitely be artists, could definitely be connected to creation and the creating process. But your chakra, your sacral chakra, is saying open up to this, receive it, because you are deserving of the beautiful and wondrous things that are going on in your life right now. Before I get into anything else, I want to get into the tarot. I feel like we've gone very far ahead, and I want to look even more at your situation. So we have the Ace of Swords. Beautiful. So the Ace of Swords is new insight, is new, a new idea, a new thought. Is also, it's a gift. It's a gift from spirit, and it comes to you through no workings of your own. It is being gifted to you. And so Venus wants you to know that this thought, this idea, it is beautiful. It is blooming. It is deserving to be. Look at this sword, and it's surrounded by all of these absolutely Venusian flowers. Like, flowers are Venus. They represent Venus because they represent beauty. And so this new idea is beautiful. This new thought is beautiful. It may be something that is a part of this flexibility that you have to be flexible on, is allowing it to come to you, allowing it to bloom, allowing it to make its way to being full-fledged, because nothing starts out that way. Us ourselves, we start off as infants, and we have to grow into these bodies, into these souls, into these beings. We don't just wake up and are. It is a process. So this is a new beginning for you, a new idea, a new thought, something that brings you great joy, brings you happiness, because those are also the feelings that Venus is bringing to you right now. And we also have the Knight of Wands. So this is something that you're definitely going to want to take action on. You're going to want to grow it. You're going to feel very passionate about moving forward with this thought and this idea. I think that is why you are being called to open up to it and to be open to it, is because this is something that you are meant to take action on. It is deserving of being in existence, just as any child is deserving of being in existence. This same creation is of that same importance. This is something that you're going to be nurturing, that you're going to be driven to explore creatively, to be a part of as much as possible, because that is how passionate you are feeling about it. And we also have the Sun. So this is a beautiful reading for you, pile number one, because this is the sun shining down on this entire process for you. This is saying that spirit is here, that spirit is present, and is very aware of all of your progress, is very aware of the things that you want to make happen, that you want to make bloom. And Venus is bringing you this message of invite that love in, like really accept what it is that spirit is bringing to you, and is showing you that is good. You can see when something is good. You can feel it, honestly, before you see it as well. So this is honestly a big confirmation for you, I feel as if, because if you made it this far in the reading, then you know what it is that I'm talking about. Because I feel as if there's only one thing that you have your mind set on at this current moment, pile number one. There's only one thing that's taking your soul attention. That's possibly why also that you need to be more flexible with it, because there's nothing else here that you would rather give your attention to. You love it that much. So when we love something that much, we must also be flexible and let it grow. It cannot grow around tightly held constraints. We must also like let it be free, let it flow as well. And that could be also why the Pisces energy is here, to remind us of that water element of flow, letting things come in and out. Because the fire of Aries, it can burn really quickly, actually, at that. And Capricorn is very settled, very stern, very this is how it's going to be. But Pisces is saying, well, what if it can be this way? What if it can evolve in this way? And look at all the adventures that can happen if it went this way, right? We also have the Page of Swords. Very beautiful, because we are also in this stage of our life where we are a student of our own minds. We are in a very beginner phase with this, and that is why the sun is shining on it so strongly, is to let you know that being a student is an honor, is a beautiful thing to allow yourself to be, because that takes you to where the adventures are. You are curious, your curiosity leads you, and it brings you to this opening, this energy of receiving, this energy of pure creative creation. We have the wands, but this is also a lot of swords energy as well, to say, don't let your mind get in the way. Don't let your mind overthink this gift, and don't let your mind take control over this learning process. You can let it lead you. You can let it guide you. But if there begins to feel as if there's like something you are too unknowing of, don't let that stop you from learning more, is also what I'm hearing. And you also have the Three of Wands. So this is a plan. It feels like this is something that you are mapping out. I feel as if this again isn't something new to you. This is something that you've been wanting to manifest and to be a part of, and to like have, is also what I'm feeling like. It's like something physical, like you can hold it in your hand, have as well. But you are making a plan, and for the sun to be at the end of it all, that is a beautiful signification that your plan is going to work out. It is going to be, it is going to exist. If you can, if you can see it, then if you can see it, then you can believe it, or you can think it, you can believe it, something like that. It will literally come to be, especially when we have this gift at the center that Spirit is sending us. This is them saying, you don't have to do anything other than just be who you are. Let your mind lead you, because it is not wrong. It is very intuitive. You could be claircognizant, very, very in tune with just knowing, with the swords energy here, and clairsentience, clear feeling with the wands energy represented as well. And just knowing and feeling the things that are pulling you forward, literally pulling you. It feels as if like you have been very settled where you are, not wanting to rock the boat necessarily, but then you just feel this urge to do something, to think something, to put thought to paper, is also what I'm hearing. You could be a writer as well, because the swords energy is here so strongly. And just wanting to put it on paper, put it on paper, make a plan, and the plan comes alive. It starts to breathe. It has the opportunity to breathe when we just step back and let it. So I have a journal prompt or just a self prompt that you can come back to in the middle of the video. This is a timeless reading, so you can come back to it whenever, just to read this prompt and to see a message that you can ask yourself. So we have, this is a good time to stop and celebrate my evolution as a person. It's the perfect time to appreciate my achievements. It's easy to overlook that at one point in my life, I blink, but now I blink. I appreciate my journey. Am grateful for my growth, and am excited about my future. So this is absolutely a beautiful prompt to have, because this is an exciting future to have. For you to have the sun at the end of it is to represent clarity, is to represent spiritual growth. And that is what your higher self and Venus herself wants to bring you the message of, is to acknowledge your growth, acknowledge and honor the growth that you have already come this far into, and you know, allow those feelings of gratitude, let them wash over you, because there's a lot for you to be excited about. This is a good time right now to stop and celebrate your evolution as a person. Pile number one, you have definitely evolved into a more adventurous, a more carefree but not careless, a more flexible and open, more vulnerable even, I can see, kind of soul, kind of spirit. And that's a beautiful thing to honor. You are deserving of receiving love, of giving love in a healthy way, and to let your beautiful dreams and goals flourish and accomplish the success that you know that you are here for. So I have one final affirmation for you, and then I'm going to pull some fortune telling oracle with a tea leaf. And we have, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. I don't know how much more beautiful, like, look at the colors. The colors absolutely go together, and I didn't even see this until just now. Pile number one, like no smoke. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. This is your power, is your faith. Your faith in everything can get you anywhere. So this is a message that strongly Venus wanted to come out for you. Venus wants you to look at your faith, look at your spiritual practice as well, is what I'm hearing. And I heard it for someone, and I think it may come out for everyone, but to also open up for more love and more, just more in all aspects of your life, especially in regards to your faith as well, though. Your belief in yourself, your belief in the universe, your belief in your uniqueness, your specialness, being special. You are special, you are deserving. Your fear will not win. It will always turn into love, and love will always get you much further. You just have to believe in it, right? So I'm gonna pull just a few of the tea leaf oracle, and to see what else is coming in the future for you in regards to love. Wow. Okay. Yes, we got all of those out. At the bottom of the deck, we have Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. So this is definitely the energy that you are in right now. Feeling a bit risky, but also having this plan, which gives you a sense of security and like just faith in the process that things can actually work out. Again, flexibility within the plan. Don't hold it to such high standards, just allowing things to be as well, but also taking that chance. Yeah, taking that chance, being adventurous, saying yes, if you honestly, divinely feel called to. We have Elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Absolutely. This journey that you are on in the process of and continuing forward with, it's long. You're going to be a student many times more over than just in this instance. So to be comfortable with that, get comfortable with that, because at the end of it all, you will be wiser. We also have ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. I'm not surprised that this is coming out at all. I feel like it could be definitely more business for you, more business forward for you, seeing as we don't have really any relationship cards here, pile number one, but a commitment. A commitment is taking place right now for you. In regards to your faith, I feel like especially you are maybe recommitting yourself spiritually to your path, to your purpose as well. Making more intentional efforts to know that this is for the long haul. Like you are in this and you wouldn't have it any other way. And we also have bat. Take care. Enemies are working against you. So this is interesting energy that's coming out, because I feel as if when we live in our true authenticity, a lot of people can't handle that. This is not to warn you that someone's going to do something to sabotage you, just to pay attention to who you have around. Who is around you? Who is supporting your dreams? Who is supporting your commitments? Do they have issues with you committing to yourself spiritually, divinely? If so, there's no need to really try to figure out why that is, but just to be very aware of who it is so that you can act accordingly when it is necessary. But pile number one, I hope that you enjoyed this beautiful and very deep message from Venus on what you are bringing love into and how. I hope that I'm able to give you some kind of clarity in this effort of being an eternal student, of being an adventurous student and taking risks and chances in a very methodical way as well. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because it would mean the world to me. And I did want to mention that we do have some updated tiers on our Patreon, where the top tier that you join will have a Patreon exclusive reading, and we have those coming every month. And I'm leaving the link to my Patreon down below. And I will see you in another reading. Peace. Hello, pile number two. You chose this beautiful Venus card to be representing your message from Venus. Before we get into your reading though, I'm going to put this kind of to the side, and I'm going to roll the first three zodiac that may be represented in your natal chart. As I mentioned in pile number one, I'm using the rose quartz die, which I have an affinity towards rose quartz, and it is good for all things love, self-love related. So I just wanted to, let's see what your astrological signs may be. We have Capricorn, which is coming out a lot. We also have Leo. Okay, so you could be a Leo or a Capricorn, or have this heavily in your natal chart. And we also have, okay, Capricorn again. I'm gonna do that one more time. So you could be heavy Capricorn, Capricorn stellium even in your chart. And we also have Sagittarius. Okay, so this could be also some heavy energy that is in your natal chart or your sun sign. So initially, starting off with your Venus card, we also have the Taurus and the Libra represented here. None of the other Venus cards had the astrological sign connected with it. So this could also be some heavy energy within your natal chart or your sun sign. But we have here love, pleasure, values, and possessions. So each Venus card was different, and you have a more so a focus on your pleasures and the possessions that you hold, the things around you. You have very high quality, very high standards when it comes to the things around you and even the relationships around you. I'm feeling like it's not just the physical, it can be as well, but just like you have very high standards. And that's not to say that they're too high. We will get more into it and what message Venus has for you. But right now, this feels as if your focus is more so on the value. Like, I just feel like you have high standards and you want value in your life. I feel like a lot of people may around you be wanting to live a life more like that. They may see you and very much so admire this aspect to you of your standards, and they want high standards in their relationships and their work environment and their in anything. They want higher standards, and the standards that you set for your life may reflect something that is of interest to other people. Because they can see it exuding from you. It's not just the luxury that you hold on your body. It's like, I can see your standards. I can see your worth. I can see what you expect of the world, honestly, and that you actually do. You go and you get those expectations. Like, you work for that standard. So I'm going to look and see what message it is that Venus is bringing to you in the oracle. We have blessings. Ooh. Yes. And all of the cards, of course, have been, like in the last reading, have been very Venusian, very beautiful, very floral. So I'm very excited to see your reading and how it translates to that as well. And we also have illumination. Ooh. Yeah, this is gorgeous. So Venus is telling me that there are blessings that are coming into your life and things are being illuminated very differently for you. I feel as if you are going to be looking at things and the value that they hold differently. Does this mean that your standards may go up? Possibly. Does this mean that your standards may relax a bit because they've been a bit too high? Possibly. Does this mean that it could fluctuate? It can fluctuate differently. You may be more lax on your standards in regards to a romantic relationship versus more strict when it comes to values in your work environment. I think that there's a shift in general around that for you. A lot is going to be illuminated for you at this time. Especially as the blessings come in. I feel as if it always seems to me that when the blessings, when the good comes in, when the really like aligned comes into our life, we take a re-inventory of what's going on around us and we realize, well, some things give me this feeling. These blessings definitely give me this feeling, but some things are not so aligned with that. Why is that? Possibly looking more deeply into that, being more curious about it. Yes, let's look more into this. We have the chakra that will be affected for you at this current moment is the base or the root chakra. By finding material security without being materialistic, I will gain satisfaction, stability, and inner strength. I feel as if I could just stop the reading here, pile number 2, and we would know exactly what the message is. But I'm going to keep going. I am resourceful. I put in the effort to be responsible for supplying fundamental needs in my life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. I take responsibility for where I now find myself in life as I move forward. I get in touch with and trust my innate wisdom, which tells me that I will be provided with all I need. I feel like spirit is just so loud because we literally talked about the thing that you value. I think that's how you are manifesting differently, is like you're looking at things differently. You're getting in touch with a deeper wisdom internally to know, oh, this definitely, I used to think that this held value for me, and now my shift has focused, and value comes at a much higher price, one that this situation cannot afford and won't afford because it's not meant to be. So becoming more resourceful, I feel as well. As these blessings come in, you feel as if you are able to do things differently with the blessings. And I feel as if this is definitely financial, Hopefully the tarot will tell us. But I feel as if this is definitely financial blessings that are coming in, and you're going to be investing. It's not even just the investments of yourself. It is just future investing habits, I feel like, that you are picking up right now, and being very resourceful with the effort that you choose to place. Like, putting more effort in your relationships may, again, be more important because you're finding more value in them. Whereas in work, it's like, I'm putting in this effort to grow it, and it will do what it does naturally. Either I'm going to decide to put more effort into work, into something that I find important, or I'm not, right? I feel like there's something else in there. It's like, I used to find this valuable, and I would used to do anything for it, to grow it, to continue to seek value in it. And then my values changed. And that's okay. Problem number 2, I think I'm supposed to be pointing out that that's okay, that values can change, values can shift. That is what the elimination process is for, is to show ourselves and to tell ourselves, okay, so this was what it was then, and this is what it has evolved into now. This is what I'm evolving into now, and what I need in return. So, you know, in the past, shelter, food, water, and clothing, basic necessities, absolutely. Check, 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 and check. But now it's deeper than that. It's like comfort, patience, freedom, autonomy, much deeper than just the basics. The basics are always going to be necessary, should always be taken care of. And if they are not being taken care of, that's a problem in itself, of course. But I don't feel like you have that problem, pile number 1. I feel like what it is that you are seeking deeper. You are seeking to see more, to have more, be illuminated. You are seeking pure pleasure. Okay, pleasure came out for you, and it has not for the others. Pleasure. So whether that be like literally spiritual pleasure, being able to drop and meditate at any moment without interruption from things that are mundane or unimportant in that moment. You know, sensual pleasure, being able to spend more time with a partner, and to learn your partner more, and to learn yourself more in a sensual way. Pleasure is the focus. Value is the focus. What is important? What is not? That's definitely the message that was trying to come out in a more concise way. But let's look at the tarot and see what the tarot has to tell us about your situation. We have the Chariot. I love it. I love it because this means that you are absolutely unafraid to move away from the things that don't hold value, that don't give pleasure, that don't align. You are absolutely unafraid to make moves, to move, to be in movement. And even if you are afraid, movement still comes. It still finds you. And you're still able to move towards even bigger blessings without sometimes, I feel like, even knowing what you did to end up there. Like, you just, you know, you landed in this beautiful position that felt just completely cosmic and, again, aligned to you. So with the Chariot here, I think Venus is sending you the message of even further. How can you invite more alignment into your life? How can you invite more love in? Is to move towards it. Meet it halfway is also what I'm hearing. I feel as if slowly but surely your path is becoming illuminated. You're seeing more of the steps that you can take to move and to make moves and to be in movement. And Venus is encouraging that you are on the right steps. Like, you're in the right path to inviting this blessings, these harmonies into your life. We also have beginnings, the Fool. So I'm not surprised whatsoever that, you know, there's a new beginning coming in, and it is ushering in these blessings. This new beginning could be a new job. It could be a new relationship for some. It could be a new relationship with yourself and the way that you take action in the world in regards to all of the things that I just mentioned. But this new beginning is definitely a message from Venus to say, move towards it. You will know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. And in spirit is encouraging you to move towards it, especially with the Sagittarian energy here. Sagittarius being curious about that new beginning, studying it. Some of you could be into philosophy, the philosophical side of life and things, and be moving towards that more as well. Some of you with the Leo energy could be moving towards a new career in regards to more so like the spotlight is what I'm feeling like, because Leo can definitely represent that in regards to modeling or acting or being seen in some way, even if it's in a different way. Is what I'm feeling like. But beginnings, a new beginning is here for you, and you are being encouraged to move towards it. And we also have celebration. Do we have this one? Did we have this word? I feel like 4 of Wands, but we had... Oh, no. That wasn't pile number 1. I wanted to make sure I got that right. But you are also celebrating. I feel like pile number 1, celebration, is different. This is celebrating of the home, of the present, of where you are right now. And I feel as if it's like, this is not a bad situation that you're leaving. So much so that there may be like a going away, like a, we will miss you. I strongly am feeling like it's a work situation, but it doesn't have to be for you. This could be also like a moving out, like you're moving out of one home and towards another as well. It will be different for everyone. It will show up differently for everyone. But Spirit is saying to not fear this change, to celebrate it. Oh, like just be overjoyed in it. Revel in it. Don't feel bad if you see others who have wanted to leave. Like if your siblings are like, well, damn, I wish I would have when I had the chance. And it's like, okay, sorry. Or coworkers, they're like, oh, wow, take me with you. And it's like, well, you could. You absolutely could. But this new beginning is just for you, pile number 2. And it's not something that you should feel guilty about. It's not something that you should second guess either, because you have this new beginning here, because you have this Chariot here. Of course, always using your discernment of when it is time for you to leave, how it is time for you to leave. All of those things only you can tell. But this is your encouraging message from Venus on how to do that. We also have the 5 of Pentacles. So it may be hard for you to leave this situation or to make the movements that you need to because of fear, because of things that have happened in the past, with the 5 of Pentacles being destitution. It's like you've come from a very hard place. And new beginnings are not always necessarily encouraged where you are from. It is not necessarily always acted upon where you come from. And so what you are learning is to open yourself up to it more, to the pleasure of beginning again, to the value of starting your own, of doing things differently, of being different. I feel like you are embracing that more at this time. And Venus, the message from Venus is highly encouraging you to continue to feel and live in that beautiful energy of can't stop, won't stop. And I'm not afraid to take this leap of faith. I'm not afraid to take this leap of faith and to challenge the norm is also what I'm feeling like. And we also have, wow, 5 of Cups. Wow, disappointment. Yeah, so this was really hard for you in the past. This is really hard for you to just, know that everything is very much so aligned for you in this new beginning already. Again, because you probably have faced a lot of unknown moments and new beginnings. You've probably had to, go without for a long time either emotionally or materially, or even both. Feeling emotionally unfulfilled, misunderstood, feeling completely without materially, very tight, very constricted. And with these blessings coming in, it's like, I don't know what to do with myself. Like, for so long, I believed life to be this one way. I believe stability to look this one way, and now I can just celebrate where I am and know that I'm going somewhere completely different than where I've been. To not let that fear stop you, to not let it keep you in place, is what Venus wants you to also know, is to continue to seek your own sense of stability. I feel like a lot of you could be working on stability within the self as well, with the Five of Cups still feeling a bit unresolved, the emotional aspect, because the Five of Pentacles feels very much so, this is being resolved for you with the blessings here, and celebrating in the Four of Wands and the new beginnings in general. But the Five of Cups feels almost kind of like there's some things that still must be healed. The way we view ourselves, the way we view the way that we make money, the way we view how we interact with each other or other people, and how we are deserving. How do you feel like you deserve, or how do you receive, is also what I'm hearing, which was a big message, and I think it's going to be a big message for everyone. How do you receive? Is it with fear? Do you fear this thing leaving you after you have received it? Do you fear this thing falling apart, being a disappointment, creating more of a mess than helping, is what I heard earlier today. So to analyze those things about yourself, your energetic makeup at this time based on your past and how that has evolved and shifted, how you are not the same person that you were, and how you're not in the same situation that you've always been in. This is something different. This is something for you to celebrate, and to be joyous about as we are exiting and beginning something new as well. So we also have just one like self prompt, something to ask yourself, to talk over with yourself, to journal about even. So I'm going to flip it over. You can pause it and write it down however you like. But this is just something for you to ponder over. And we have, I feel my most creative and inspired when I am blank or blank. I know that I can recreate these conditions anytime I want to tap into my naturally creative flow. So this is definitely within this new beginning, you're going to be able to intuitively, more than anything, tap into your creativity. This may be something that you've heavily been interested in, been wanting, and in the past been disappointed when you haven't been able to, when you thought that you were going to be able to express yourself just big and flamboyantly is what I'm feeling like. And your creativity has staggered in the past because of it. But in this new beginning, that is no more. It is very much so feeling inspired and wanting to take action on those inspirations as soon as they come. Being very ready, especially with the root chakra, feeling very grounded in this creativity as well. Letting that be the source of things that moves you, is your creativity. Yeah. And know that you can recreate the conditions anytime that you want. Your creativity is not just a tool. It's not just something that you pull out like a hammer when you need to hit a nail down. Your creativity is accessed at all times, at any time, even in your dreams, even in your sleep. Your creativity has been activated to create this dream world that a lot of the times just simply cannot feel as if it has existed, but it very much so. You are in a state within your dreams that does very much so exist. So, I don't know where that also came up, where that came from. But some of you may be working with your creativity through dream work as well. And looking at your dreams to see how much of this is a possibility that I could create right now in this instance. I feel like feeling very challenged to do that. A good kind of challenge to see how much of that could be a reality for you as well. Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing anything within the tarot. I don't think that I am. So I have one final affirmation card for you, and then we're going to look at the tea leaf oracle for any future activities. And we have the universe has my back. Quite simple and plain and simple, actually, especially because we're receiving a message from Venus, and Venus is a part of the universe. With the moon and the stars, Venus wants you to know that she has your back. Love is behind you, is backing you this entire way, moving you forward cosmically, divinely. Every place that you've ended up thus far, whether however hard to hear it or not, has absolutely led you to this moment, this beautiful moment of clarity as well. I'm noticing the moons here. This looks like a strawberry moon is what they call them. And so possibly even I'm hearing, look back at the last strawberry moon. Look back and see when that was. And where were you at that time and that date? Like, who were you? Were disappointments something that kept you still and stagnant? Did you not move because you were either fearing the disappointment after moving, or fearing the disappointment of others' reactions of you moving and making moves? Did you believe in yourself when you were, making choices and decisions? All different kinds of things is what was popping up for that. But the universe has your back. You are being backed. You are being taken care of and protected and provided for this entire time, this entire journey, especially with the blessings here. There's nothing that you are missing out on at this current moment. And you are exactly where you need to be. So we also have gavel, involvement with the law. This could be something that is coming up for you recent or soon. I don't know why recently came out. This could also be something that you've been working on recently, like a parking ticket, or I don't know why I was thinking about like housing. Something about housing. This one flew out over here. We also have care, opportunity, or windfall. Absolutely, with the blessings coming through here, you have a windfall that is around you. It could be something that honestly is sent from the government, something that happened recently or in the past, and it comes up like that. What else do we have? We also have bird, flying, news is on the way. So you're definitely receiving some kind of news, and Venus really wants you to know about it. That there is something flying in, opportunity, a windfall. It may have something to do with the law. It may not have anything to do with the law. And we also have needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. Venus wants you to know that you are definitely being taken care of right now. Wishes are being fulfilled and granted. There's opportunities flowing into you, into your lap with this new beginning especially. And as we mentioned before, just of course taking action on the things that feel divine and aligned. Pile number 2. I hope that you enjoyed this very lengthy message from Venus on where and how you can invite more love into your life. I hope that it brought you some level of clarity and comfort. If it did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because it would mean the world to me. And also, I wanted to let you all know that we have updated the tiers in my Patreon, and that way you get a new and exclusive YouTube video every month. depending on which tier that you choose. It is the top tier, of course. I will leave my Patreon link down below so that you have access to that information. And I will see you, pile number 2, in another reading. Peace. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the beautiful Venus from this oracle deck. I can't actually say it. Claves Astrologica. I think I butchered that, but this is the lovely Venus that you chose. Before we get into describing her, I just want to roll this rose quartz die a few times to see what your astrological sign may be, to assure you that this is your reading. And just because this, it may not be, you know, your astrology sign, but the sign that is affecting you the most right now as well. Let's see which ones we have here. So we have Gemini. Okay. This could be your energy or an energy that is heavily within your natal chart. We also have Aries. Okay. So this could again be your sun sign. And we also have Sagittarius. And these could be your sun, moon, or rising sign as well. Any prominent signs in your astrology chart with the Sagittarius here. So Gemini, Aries, and Sagittarius. Welcome, welcome everybody. So this Venus card to me is really signaling towards your freedom. With the bird at the top right here and just the open water, even with her hair down and flowing, I just feel like freedom is something that is very important to you. Not to say that it's not important to the other piles, but to say that what is really emanating from off of her is not just beauty, but the beauty of openness, the beauty to receive, is also what's been coming up a lot for everyone, but also just this open space, just this open like ability to take a deep breath, to exist, to be. I feel like that's something that is very important to you, and is showing up heavily in your message from Venus right now. So I'm gonna just get more into your reading. I think yours has the least a bit of information on it, on like wording, for instance. So all I'm getting right now is like this big openness, this big energy of wanting to be open, wanting to just have time and space. So let's see what else we have. We have thriving. Wow. I think you being open, being free, being, you know, just this free being is how you thrive. You are in the energy of thriving right now. Actually, this may be something that you heavily connect with. You are sensing, you are feeling just this feeling of success, of being successful because you are free. Yes. And we also have abundance. Wow. So I do want to just mention that what I'm seeing right now are these big open fields of abundant and beautiful flowers, but open fields of grass, space, and that same air. Like it probably just blows through the trees as peacefully as it feels. And I feel like this is your energy, just a breeze in the wind, especially with the Gemini energy here connecting to the air element. You are just this open being. Like when people meet you, they're like, oh, an open book. Mind you, just because you're an open book doesn't mean that everyone reads every chapter and knows everything about you. It just means to say that you aren't hesitant to tell someone your story. You aren't hesitant to open up to people naturally, because that is just the inviting energy that you hold. And right now you are in a beautiful place, pile number 3, abundance and thriving. Venus wants you to know that you are a very abundant being. You are in a thriving place where this abundance is growing. And this is something that you should feel very encouraged to nourish, even if you don't see it. Even if you don't see it, but you feel something. You feel this change within yourself of this opening up. Like, even though other people may feel as if you are this opened book and this being that is so carefree and all these things, you may not feel this way about yourself, which is why the message is coming to you, that you are an abundant being, that you are thriving, and that people see that in you for a reason, very specifically. So I'm going to look at which chakra is going to be important for you right now. We have the 7th chakra, or the crown. Bliss. I seek and find peace, quietness, and moments of bliss in my life. I am persistent in this quest. I allow myself to feel divine presence radiating within and around me. I allow myself to create abundance and fulfillment and to live a life free of fear. Meditation is a part of my life. When I tell you these chakra cards have been just so aligned with the rest of the reading, because this is exactly what it is bliss. When we think about abundance, when we think about the feelings of thriving and doing things, not even just right, but well, completing things, getting things done, existing in a harmonious and peaceful way, that is thriving. And that's the energy that you are in right now. You've been meditating. Meditation is a part of your life. And your life didn't start yesterday. So this is probably a practice that you are building, and you are continuously falling in love with as well, with Venus being here, falling in love with our lives, being in love with our lives, being in love with spirit and all that they have done, all that they have opened up in our lives. And you are allowing yourself at this time to see yourself differently, to create this abundance and fulfillment. I think in all of this openness and all of this space, what you are seeking the most is the quietness, is the stillness. And spirit is here to tell you that that is something that you are achieving, that you are doing well, that is actually making itself known to you, is your meditation practice, and how things around that, outside of that, are just falling into place. I feel as if you have a very heavy spiritual practice. That may be why all this openness and freedom is important. It may be like the very central focus of your life is your spirituality and sharing that with others. And so when we have all of this space, we have ample opportunity to fill it with whatever it is that we desire. And it is this abundance. It is these feelings of success. It is these feelings of harmony and love and peace that we are filling this space with. Yeah, this is such a beautiful reading, and it feels so simple. It feels like a simple act of confirmation for you, pile number 3. Let's get into the tarot, which this is this is the sexual tarot. So I'm not going to put the cards too closely to the screen just in case things need to stay a bit unclear, if you catch my drift. But we have the Ace of Swords, which you are not the first pile to get this. What is it? It's not the deck. I'm not using the same tarot deck for each pile, but the card. Ace of Swords came out for a different pile. And it is signifying a gift of thought. You are definitely being given a gift, an idea, a new sense of clarity, even it could be for many of you, that is shifting, I feel like, your perspective. I think your perspective of self is shifting. How can you invite this abundance in? How can you invite these feelings in? Well, view yourself as abundant. View yourself as thriving, because you are. Pile number 3, Spirit would not be sending you this message otherwise. It's been very divine that you have made it this far in the reading to hear this message. and to receive this confirmation of the feelings that you are feeling, that you are an abundant being. Again, with the swords, sometimes our mind can get in the way. It can get in the way. It can convince us that we are not we're not as far along as we need to be. We're not where we need to be. We're not reaching the goals that we should have reached so long ago. And that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When you have all of this openness and freedom and space, those small things don't matter, like timing. Timing doesn't matter in the ocean. A whale will be a whale. A giraffe will be a giraffe. And they live their life intuitively. So if we are trying to get back to our natural existence of being, then we must realize, and that is, I feel like, what is coming in with this Ace of Swords, that we are natural, that things should be more natural, that we should allow things to happen more naturally. We also have the Eight of Swords. Very interesting, because that means that we are heavily interested in breaking away from this. We're heavily interested in breaking away from this mindset, especially, again, swords energy, capturing us and holding us in place, our thoughts holding us in place. And so with this spiritual practice, with this openness, with this new feelings of clarity, what we are meant to do is to go in and clear more. We are meant to view our limitations, view our boundaries, view what holds us back, and then to say no more. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not believing in this anymore. It doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve the abundance that I'm calling in. It doesn't serve the success that I'm calling into my life. So I'm going to move away from it. I'm going to step from behind these thoughts that have kept me in place for so long, and embrace my freedom even more. And we also have the Seven of Pentacles, but in reverse. So this could be one of two things. We could either be needing to work on our patience, or, well, no, I feel like it's just to work on our patience, because the Seven of Pentacles means that we are patiently waiting by. We are definitely, like, watching closely the things that are meant to grow in specific timing. And so with it being in reverse, I feel as if your patience may need to be reevaluated, looked at again once more, and to say, me rushing this process isn't going to benefit me. Trying to watch it so very closely is not going to provide the feelings of comfort that I think. I'm just going to let myself thrive. I'm just going to let myself be and do what comes to me intuitively, naturally. But watching is not the answer to what it is that you're trying to grow right now. We also have the Queen of Swords. So I feel as if you are definitely, you are taking control over your mind. Pile number 3, you're saying what it is and what it isn't. You are nurturing your mind as well, being more kind when these thoughts, from the past do pop up every now and then, because it's a cycle. You're going to be extremely more patient, I feel like, with yourself, and less as emotional. I feel as if there's a few different things that are standing out in the Queen of Swords. She has a heart to the side, and it's pinned. There's push pins in the heart. And there's also a black candle of protection here as well. So I feel as if you have been very protective over disappointments and being disappointed, and having things not grow and not be. So you're just like, well, this is what it's been in the past, so this is what it must be now. And it's not. And I feel like that as well. It's not. And you're kind of come more into this knowing and really see what is growing in your life. I think that's it. Like, you have to look and see. You've been watching this whole time, but you haven't actually used your eyes and looked around to see what is growing around you, which you can step outside of and embrace more of. And we also have the Nine of Pentacles, which really sums it up, honestly, for you with this abundance here. It's like you're stepping out of that energy in order to embrace more. Because more is here for you, and you feel it and you know it. It is actually becoming a physical reality for you. And so then your mind can no longer conquer. It can no longer win and say, oh, you remember when we thought those things about ourselves, those things about our abundance? You remember when we thought that? Well, here's to us showing that we were wrong. You know, this is an instance where you would like to be wrong. I'd like to be wrong about having a lack of abundance. I am abundant. And so I was wrong about that. And, you know, that's fine. That's more than A-okay with me, because look at how abundant I am now. Look at what I have been able to create just from stepping outside of my fears, for accepting this gift, this idea, this thought, these new thoughts about myself, and for not closing my heart off from the opportunity or the possibility of new. So I also have a self-prompt card for you. This is just something to come back to. You can even pause it and take a screenshot of a self-prompt that you can keep in the back of your head or journal it as well. When I relive the highlight reel of my life, I picture my happiest moments. I recall moments like blank or blank, both so profound for me because blank. So that's beautiful. Because I feel like we were mentioning the past, right? And not letting it, past fears, not letting it control you, not letting it dictate, you know, the actions that you take now. So reliving some of the happy moments, even the things that have happened yesterday and the day before, because you are, again, a current and very much so abundant being, and living in that right now. So to just continue to live in those moments that happen for you every day and not let the past get you down or convince you of something that is not your reality. Pile number 3. So I have one final affirmation card for you, and then we're going to pull some of the fortune oracle cards in the tea leaf. We have, I am the dreamer of my dream, which is one of my favorite affirmations. I tell my wife all the time, and we have even more purple. I just want to point out the crown chakra there. But I tell my wife all the time, you know, no one can dream it like you. No one can bring it into existence like you, because it's meant for you. It's meant to be brought into this world by you. It's meant to be experienced by you, and no one can do it like you. So, oh my goodness. Yes. I freaking love this. Pile number 3. Like, you have been one of my favorite readings. What do we have but success? Even more purple. Again, crown chakra being successfully highlighted. We also have March as a timing for you, and clouds, temporary problems. So it could be that March is going to be when the temporary problems occur once again for you, or this could be temporary problems for you now at the time that you're watching this, and March is when you will be receiving clarity around it. Everyone is different. It will show up differently for everyone. But success either way. Success over these temporary problems either way. Whenever they show up, just to remind yourself that they are temporary. Again, I feel like that's also a part of what gets to you. It's like the problems. You don't want any problems. And yet sometimes the temporary ones do happen, and we must adapt. We must go with the flow and allow success to find us. At the bottom of the deck, we have flowers, happiness, and a lot of these cards I have not seen in this deck yet, including this one. And with flowers being so heavily represented by Venus and the Venusian energy, Venus is here to just confirm this beautiful and abundant message that you have happiness, that you have it all, actually: success, happiness, abundance. You are thriving in the face of any temporary problem, anything. And I feel like this is one of the most beautiful readings that I have done. So I'm very happy for you, pile number 3. I hope that you find this reading and that it finds you well, that you are well into your way of abundance, and that things start to really begin to clarify for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because it would absolutely mean the world to me to hear from you and to let me know how things are going for you. And I also want to mention that I updated my tiers for my Patreon, where you can gain exclusive and early access. And we also have, for the top tier, a Patreon exclusive pick a card reading over there, and I will leave that link down below for you, pile number 3. And I will see you in another reading. Peace. Hello, pile number 4. You chose this beautiful representation of Venus. But before I get into describing her, I want to check the astrological die just to see what zodiac signs may be coming up for you, maybe your zodiac. And I'm using the rose quartz die, which is, of course, rose quartz is always translated with love, self-love, and all of those things, all of the manners of Venus things. So let's see what zodiacs come out for you. We have Gemini, which literally just came out for the last pile. Could be your sun sign, moon, or rising, or just be heavily within your chart. We also have Aquarius, sun, moon, rising, or heavily in your natal chart. And we also have Gemini again. So again, could be very heavily in your chart. I'm gonna do it one more time just to get a third. Scorpio. Yeah, so you could be a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, or again in your natal chart. So we have Gemini, Scorpio, and Aquarius. I was not gonna forget it. So what Venus is calling to me as your main focus is passion. This has been standing out to me since I've seen this card with the orangish sacral energy going on. Venus is very passionate, very loving. It's actually a hot planet. So I don't know why, but I was hearing some of you, your bodies can maybe possibly run hotter than people that you're normally used to. Someone could always say, you're so warm in the wintertime or in the summertime. I don't know where that came up, but some of you may resonate with that. And Venus, I feel like what you are focusing on right now is your passions. Very much so passionate, driven, wanting to explore more of your passions, getting more into that. Maybe even doing like some inner child work, like doing the things that your inner child would have always loved to do or be a part of as well. Definitely letting that be the type of energy that leads you. So I'm going to look more into the oracle and to see what messages Venus has for you right now. We have wisdom. Absolutely. That's gorgeous. So we have wisdom, and we also have success, which again, if you felt connected to the last pile number 3, I would highly advise that you watch that one. But of course, wisdom and success is what the message is for you in regards from Venus. I feel like there's something that you have been successful over recently that has brought you an innate amount of wisdom internally, more so than anything. It could be knowledge that you have or you do share with others maybe in the future, but I feel like this is definitely a internal wisdom, something that you have found within the depths of yourself because of this success. Something that maybe have been like reactory, like you gained the success over a situation, and you reacted emotionally, and it left an impact or an imprint on you. In that way, something that you, again, are going to be carrying with you for lifetimes, a certain knowledge, a level of knowledge that you're carrying with you at this time, again, because of a certain successful situation. But I'm going to look more into this. I want to look and see what your chakra is saying for you right now, what chakra is speaking and how you're being supported. We have the root chakra. That is how you're being supported. Building a strong foundation. I create stability and security. Okay, for sure, you guys. If you were called to pile number 3, this is my 3rd time saying it. Go on ahead and check it out after this, because this is crazy. I create stability and security by adequately providing myself with the basic needs of a healthy life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. I use my creativity to build a strong foundation, as this is an essential key to my survival and growth. The more inner and outer stability I have, the more grounded and fulfilling my life will become. I respect myself and take care of my physical body by nurturing and nourishing it. My body tells me what it needs. So yeah, this is okay. Okay. So that's heavily where your wisdom has stemmed from, is your body. It tells you what you need, not just physically, emotionally. It tells you what you need spiritually. It tells you what you need to be around and involved in, what you don't need to be. So you have been definitely seeking inner and outer stability in all regards of safety, security, financial stability. This is what you have been seeking. And I feel like you're creating a new foundation for it. I feel like what has been closing out for you is the refoundationing. That is where the success has come from. You have been redoing your old foundations, the things that you have outgrown or are continuing to outgrow. This is something that you possibly have been heavily interested in. Again, I feel as if you were not destabilizing, but deconstructing in order to rebuild with your passions in mind, with your interests in mind. And so you're letting your creativity lead you in that way, like being able to, I don't want to just throw this word out because I feel like a lot of people do. And not everyone is interested in it, but entrepreneurship, being able to like clear out the old and create what is stability for you, what is security for you. And sometimes a lot of us are finding that, honestly, only we can provide that, only we can find that for ourselves. Again, not everyone wants to create a business. I am understanding of that, and it will look different for everyone. And the tarot will absolutely tell us more. But right now, what you're interested in is only security. It's only things that are secure, that feel strong and stable to you. Either in relationships, like you don't have time for flaky relationships, things that feel unstable. You don't feel like you can go to certain people. You're not interested in that. Like you want to be able to have relationships that you can go to, as you know that they can always come to you. And people know that about you. Like, they can always come to you. So if you feel as if you have relationships that don't feel the same, that don't share that same energy, of course, there will be some restructuring. I respect myself and take care of my physical body by nurturing and nourishing it. My body tells me what it needs. Venus also rules like the front parts of our body, the more physical parts that people notice as much. So you may be changing things, I feel like, cosmetically in regards to your body. It could be tattoos, it could be piercings, it could be a few different things that are standing out to me. But just because it's talking about your physical body, and I feel like not taking care of it may mean different things for everyone in any instance. So where someone feels like eating a salad is taking care, and someone else feels like yoga is taking care. Some people feel like, you know, adorning their body with new artwork and appreciating it in that way is also taking care. So you will be doing it differently than anyone else who has chosen this pile number 4. But you are definitely respecting your body in a much different way. Because again, I feel like this wisdom that you have tapped into, it's shifting your perspective in all different kinds of ways. I want to look into the tarot just so I can get more clarity around this for you. We have the Knight of Swords, and with the swords starting off this energy, I feel as if a lot of this is going to have to do with your mental space, your mind, and how you think and what you think about. I feel as if that has been not a battle for you necessarily, but just a challenge where when you have a thought and you've wanted to take action on it, you could have second guessed yourself a lot. And you could have second guessed your authority over it, because with the root chakra, we find our own self, we find our own authority, we find our own identity. So with the Knight of Swords coming out, it's almost like I didn't know who I am, so I didn't know how to move forward. But you are moving forward in a very direct, very clear way, I feel like. And this is a blessing absolutely coming to you. Especially, again, I keep pointing it out, I feel like this moment that you had with yourself recently is the key to it all, where you really were able to explore the depths of you and to come back up with some new information in order to act upon. We also have a Knight of Pentacles, which I love this because pile for what your tarot is signifying to me is that you're a person of action. Like, you're about that action, as they say. And I feel as if that is what has brought you a lot of your success, is to just the ability to act. You may have a lot of like influential Mars placements where you are not afraid to take action as many other people are, and you do it in a very intuitive way. So also it could be like a Mars in Scorpio, or a Mars in Cancer, or a Mars in one of those types of energies. But with the Knight of Pentacles, this is actually signifying something that is growing at a much slower pace than you may have expected, especially because you had the thought like this, like it came to you and you are ready to take action on it. But the growth process of it doesn't necessarily happen as quickly as you'd like. The Knight of Swords moves much faster than the Knight of Pentacles can, because the Knight of Swords is experiencing, is thinking, is communicating. The Knight of Pentacles is laying the seeds, laying the foundation, taking its time. You can't lay a seed over another one and expect it to still grow in a healthy manner. So this process in itself is taking more patience out of you, is allowing you to be more wise, because it's a much more drawn out type of process. We also have Temperance in reverse, which is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I feel like Venus is wanting to bring you a message of balance, a message of harmony as well. It's like there's something that may be out of balance for you at this current moment. It could be, again, the pace of things, because that's coming up for me right now. The pace of the way that you're doing things. Are you trying to do everything all at once? Or do you feel as if you can't move until one thing is complete? Which can also hinder us. Not taking movement in that way can also hinder us, because it may be an opportunity that we really wanted to actually seek. But there is something about your pace and the way that you take action that is coming into balance. I feel like, again, a part of that wisdom that you're tapping into is when and how to take action. That is how you are inviting more love in, is to be very, patient with yourself. You've done the work. Like, you have success here. And it's not something that you have to continue to go out and seek actively all of the time, is also what I'm hearing. We also have Judgment in reverse as well, pile number 4. So with the major arcana being in reverse, this is definitely going to be a huge type of energy that you are rectifying within yourself, is your patience and your judgments of self. I don't feel like this has to do with anyone else other than you. You are the knight in this instance, and that is, you know, the energy that you're working with here is to be more patient and less critical of yourself in this process of taking action. You know what you're doing. You know what it is that you want to create and be a part of, and you know that it can create an abundance for you. You already have seen success from it, quite possibly. So to be more patient and kind with yourself in this process is definitely a message that Venus wants to get across for you. And then the Queen of Pentacles, which that's on period. Because the Queen of Pentacles, she's all about nurturing oneself. She definitely gives Venusian energy, and it's not a coincidence that she is showing up in your message from Venus, because she is not only connected to the feminine, she's connected to the earth, and what grows, the things that grow from the earth. The things that grow from patience and from kindness and from sincerity is also what I'm feeling like. Just a sincere Queen of Pentacles is what she is. And I also feel like this is how your energy is evolving from the Knight of Pentacles, who wants to go faster. They want to be faster. They want to plant these damn seeds so they can start growing. But the Queen is like, well, it took time to build this castle, and it's going to take time to grow our crops. So to show yourself just a level of care as the things around you are shifting will be so, so important. I feel as if when you put more attention onto yourself, rather than the things that you are producing or creating, you're able to give that thing a break, a rest, and you're able to give more to yourself in the process at the same time. Who wouldn't want that? Like, that's a 2-for-1 type of winning situation there. And at the end of it all, you will feel the success, and you will feel that much more wise because of it as well. So Venus wants you to know, and I continue to want to bring it back to her because she's bringing you this message, Pop 4. She wants you to know that to invite more love in and to invite more peace and harmony in is to be less critical. And I know it's easier said than done. How am I supposed to be less critical of myself if I'm always doing this or if I'm always being that? View yourself in a different light. View yourself as patient, and patience will come to you. View yourself as successful, and success will continue to come to you. View yourself as non-critical, and you will find yourself talking less harshly to yourself, being more open to others' opinions is also what I'm hearing, even though sometimes other people can just keep their opinions. But of course, using our discernment in that way of knowing when to receive, when to accept information, and when to just go and do on our own and be on our own. Finding a very healthy balance in between those two and between all things is what is coming to you right now. And we also have, I just have one, it's a kind of like a self-help journal prompt where you can either pause it and take a screenshot and keep it as something that's in the back of your head and your mind, or you can also like journal about it as well and to explore this even more within yourself. So this is a long one. Okay. What if I felt comfortable asking for help with blank? The support I seek is unconditional. It feels like blank, and I feel blank accepting it. What if I accepted help from others? What if I allowed the people who are willing to show up for me to do so? What if I said to those who support me, you are my people? Would it matter if there were only a few of these people? Would it matter if there were many? Huh. Wow. Wow. That felt very specific for you, pile number 4, in ways that I am not completely knowing of, even though I am looking into this for you and reading this energy for you. This is very individualistic, which is why I chose this deck in the reading, is because I wanted you to be able to fill this in for yourself and to say specifically what it is that you're seeking help with, because it will be absolutely different for everyone. But to be less critical of yourself in regards to asking for help is absolutely where the Judgment and the Temperance in reverse is coming from. We don't, our people are going to be our people. They will never judge us for needing help. They will never cast us aside as being too needy or not independent. You are very much so independent, and people can see that from you. I think they're also waiting to see a softer side of you, especially with this Scorpio energy coming out, and that being a water sign, but also being a very fixed water sign. So it's like opening up to others opens us up to our blessing. And again, you will take this message, that message specifically, how it is meant to be. But imagine yourself accepting that help. Imagine it being harmonious, being an event that is very successful. You ask for help, and like that, without any issues, without any hesitation or problems, the world and your people are ready to accept and to help you. Nothing is too big for the people who are meant to be around you. And also nothing is too small. I don't want to bother them with that. Okay, we'll bother them with that because you have no idea how someone could assist you and to help you. I mentioned earlier that this Venus is specifically like channeling a very passionate energy, and you can let other people into your passions. I think there's a healthy way to do it without too much muddled energy, but you can let people in and let them see you be passionate. Let them see you get excited for something, about something, and to know that they are on this journey with you as well. Woo! Such a specific message, pile number 4. And if you have gotten this far with me, then you know exactly why it was necessary. So I have one final affirmation card for you, and then we're going to get into your tea leaf oracle. We have, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. Wow. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. And that is exactly what Venus is bringing you the message of, is that you're getting closer. Like you're diving deeper. You're getting really to the depths of it. It is a very successful time for you in that. And consciousness can be a lot of different things. A lot of different realizations are going to be coming up for you. A lot of ideas even as well. Passion projects is what I'm hearing. It's like going to the bottom of the ocean and taking a rake or something and sweeping up all the sand, all the debris, and finding treasure underneath. That is your consciousness. You're raking up all of the dirt, all of the sand, all of the things that have weighed you down this entire time, and you are uncovering some beautiful and gem-like truths. So let's get into the tea leaf oracle as we close out and see what else we can see. Bull, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. So absolutely, what is coming up for you in the future is your fortitude, your strength in situations, not backing down from things, not quitting because it's taking too long or the journey is too hard. Being very fortified and set in what it is that you want to create and be a part of. We also have Quill, get back to the basics. So definitely working your way all the way back to that is the basics, is the things that are the most important to you, that hold value to you, and to not be distracted by the things that just don't hold that same energy. And we also have Wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. This could be something that you're working on as well. It's like allowing things to happen, not being so structured. This could be a good thing, or it can show up as a "this is driving me crazy" kind of thing about yourself. Your indecisiveness is just showing you that there is something that you need to hear or see. If you can't make a decision, then there may be another choice, is what I'm hearing. Don't know where that came from, but of course, as always, you will take it how it resonates. I'm going to say this now for a fourth time. If you were connected or drawn to in any way to another pile, I do encourage you to go and look at that one as well. Success is here once again. Pile number 4, there's nothing stopping the success for you of this situation. Nothing whatsoever is stopping you. Underneath that was happiness. So we can really keep going all day long. At the core of this success is your happiness. At the root of you is happiness. You are growing. You are really growing to be such a wise and independent and strong individual. And that is a beautiful thing. Be gentle with yourself at this time. Strength does not mean that you have to be strong all the time. Open up to yourself as much as you can emotionally, because we don't have any cups here signifying that. So just to be vulnerable in that area and in that space with yourself as well. Pile number 4. Wow, this was a very beautiful message. I hope that it finds you well. If you enjoyed this reading, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because it would mean the world to me. And I do want to let you all know that I have updated my Patreon tiers so that the top Patreon, they do receive a monthly exclusive Patreon pick a card reading. And of course, the exclusive access and early access to all other types of content like that. I will leave that link down below for you if that is something that you're interested in. And I enjoyed sharing energy with you today, pile number 4. I will see you in another reading. Peace.